So I had all the intentions to take you like on this little like vlog time-lapse thing into Kroger with me, but I just couldn't figure out how to get my like camera thing right and whatever. Anyway, so I'm gonna show you what I got, and then what I'm gonna also do is show you some like simple things I'm gonna do today to prepare for the week. I typically will make like one meal on Sunday, maybe two to bring to work next week. And then I'll also make like some prep stuff, maybe like grapefruit water. I'll make my bean salad. I will maybe make a pot of rice. And let's see what else. Oh, cut up my frozen fruit, or cut up some of my fruit that I bought and like freeze half of it. But not the other half. So this is my typical big Sunday run. It means I'm out of stuff and I have to build back a base in my fridge so that I can kind of like graze and make different meals during the week, and just pick up stuff here and there. So the thing about meat is that I'm really picky about my meat. I don't buy anything from Kroger or the supermarket typically. Every now and again I will, like a wild caught salmon that's frozen, or if I can find some organic local ground beef. There's some bison sometimes at the Kroger. I'll pick up stuff every now and again, but typically not really. So I mostly got vegetables and grains and some fruits and almond milk and beans. And the awesome thing about not buying meat at the grocery store is that your runs become very cheap. So all of this cost me like about $90, and it will easily keep me stored up for, I mean, I won't have to buy some of these things for a couple months. Like my bag of onions, that's a lot of onions for one person, and there's no way that I'm gonna be able to get through those very quickly. And they had an awesome sale on some peppers. So I have a ton of peppers, so I'm gonna probably chop some up and freeze some, so they'll be ready to go. But again, this will cover me for a couple months, and it was only $90. So I know everyone always says that going out to eat or going grocery shopping and buying fruits and vegetables is expensive, but I promise you, it is actually not. It's actually very, very, very cheap, and the volume of food is so much that it keeps you full for a very long time. So I'm like probably giving you too much information too fast. Definitely gonna break down everything I got. Traveling, and a must that you have to pick up if you have a Kroger or wherever, available everywhere, are RX bars. I mean, they're wildly delicious and simple. This one is chocolate chip, 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, 2 dates. No BS, that's all that's in it. This is peanut butter chocolate. It's 3 egg whites, 14 peanuts, 2 dates, no BS. And this other flavor I have here are 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, 2 dates, no BS. And I find when I eat these, I can eat them pretty frequently and it doesn't bother my system. And I can't say that for very many things that come in a package, because pretty much if it's packaged, it has some kind of preservative or something like that in there that just doesn't agree with my system. I come from parents who believed in a holistic approach to health and eating, and so they always taught me that it was really important to eat real food, and I've been doing that my whole life. So processed food really impacts my body, so I keep it as clean as I can. No need to refrigerate. Cilantro in the fridge, eggplant in the fridge, and then I got mangoes. Mangoes also go in the fridge. Great way to switch up your fruit. It's orange. There's lots of antioxidants, phytochemicals. I think that's the word. But lots of vitamins and minerals and immune boosting, cancer reducing type of food. There's some strawberries. Now this is so many strawberries. So for one person, there's no way that I could eat this whole thing by the time they go bad. So, however, though, they were on a sale, and that's why I bought them. This whole thing only cost $5. And so, since I got them on sale, I will have to, you know, make sure that I freeze half of them, because if I got them, fuck, I have to edit that out. Anyway, strawberries are great for smoothies and on top of yogurt, on top of salad, as a part of your meal. Endless possibilities. You can freeze them and make nice cream. And they have a low glycemic index, so meaning they don't impact your blood sugar too bad. So berries are great if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, or simply just want to be mindful about watching your blood sugar. Now these, I can't say the same. These have quite a bit of sugar, but really, I mean, they have 4 grams of fiber. So 2 pieces have 20 grams of sugar. So these will definitely be something that I consume around my workouts, either during, sometimes a treat like this while you work out can really save you. Just eating one and then washing it down with some water and getting back to work. Figs are very, very healthy for you, and all that's in this are dry figs. Again, this was something else that I found on sale at Kroger, and I thought it was a good buy. That was a different kind of food that I don't typically eat, but they're going to be very delicious, so I will have to be mindful of how many I eat. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. I'll probably just eat them like candy, but there's a million things I could do with dried figs. I mean, you could put them on goat's cheese, on a sandwich. You could, you know, recompote them and make like a sauce. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff, but I'm just going to eat them as like a little fruit snack that is easily portable and providing me with some energy while I train. Okay, this, I just want to talk to you guys about this real quick. So these are a lifesaver. So if you are a single person, you're a busy person, you have a lot going on, these things will save your ass. They're no BS. These are multigrain. They have another kind that actually are called power grains that have 10 grams of protein per serving. These only have 5, but these are great when you're in a hurry and maybe you have an early morning training session. You can just pop one in and get you going for the morning. They taste great, and it's a very trusted company, and they're very affordable. This whole box costs about $2.50. So, you know, you could definitely make your own waffles and do all that jazz, but I find for $2.50, this is cheaper than me going through the drive-thru, so therefore I'm winning anyway, and I don't have to make my own waffles. Those are great because you don't need to put them in the fridge or anything like that. You just pop them out when you're ready. Something else that is a huge staple, it is typically the only kind of bread I really eat, especially when I'm really trying to get ready for the summer, which I got a photo shoot coming up, so I'm starting to get like really excited about that, and you know, I'm gonna tighten this shit up. Anyway, this is a great bread. So if you've never heard of Food of Life, Ezekiel bread is low sodium. It is, here are the macros right here, 80 calories per slice, half a gram of fat, 3 grams of fiber, 15 carbs, and 4 grams of protein. So if you have 2 pieces of this bread, you get 8 grams of protein. And it's just such a reminder that you don't need to eat a ton of meat, that whole grains, when incorporated in your diet in a smart way, can really provide you with a lot of protein. You just have to be mindful of how grains impact your body, you know, if you needed them for the day. And some people, you know, they just don't do well with grains because they kind of like bloat you out. But I find my system does really well with these. So if you're vegetarian or vegan, whole grains are going to be a great source of protein for you. Remind me tomorrow. My little yoga reminder. See, I set reminders for myself. Oh, we already talked about the figs. Okay, something else I didn't pick up today, but I did pick up a couple weeks ago, which has been kind of blowing my mind, is jasmine rice. It's white rice, So when you eat it, you need to be ready to go have an activity to compensate for it. But that is definitely a staple to have in my house, along with Bob's Red Mill extra thick rolled oats, overnight oats, or right away, like in like 10 minutes, they can be made. Oats are pretty much, should be the staple of everyone's diet. They lower your cholesterol, packed full of minerals and protein, and they bind on the fat in your arteries, and they help clean out your arteries. So they're great for people with heart problems, and they're delicious, and you can have them savory or sweet. There's a million different ways to make them. So I don't typically buy too much grapefruit, but I've been wanting to spruce up my water a little bit, so I'm gonna use this one sparingly and cut it into like very nice little wedges and put it in my water for the week. I can kind of get another like detox, vitamin C boost, and all that good stuff. So some other things that are staples are brown rice. So we talked about oatmeal, we talked about sweet potatoes, we talked about Ezekiel bread, I showed you the jasmine rice. All of these are things that I just have to have in my house all the time in order to stay on track and eat well, because they're filling grains that provide me with the fuel that I need to get my day started or get my day winded down. Without it, you most likely are not going to be able to stay on track at home like you want to. So something else I got a little different today was a guacamole seasoning. I think what I'm gonna do with this, so it has herbs and spices. It says it makes 4 batches, non-GMO, Lighthouse brand. But what I'm actually probably gonna do with this is put it on my avocado toast. So I think it's gonna be very good. So an alternative to my current avocado toast, which is nutritional yeast, sea salt, and avocado. Another one that I got is pink lady apples. So again, when you think about buying, what should I buy, organic or not? Always yes, but I know sometimes it can be like a lot more expensive than you expected. So things like apples, if you think about something that has a big surface, like these aren't organic, but I'm gonna have to make sure to wash these very well. But the more surface area it has, or like strawberries, you should really be buying strawberries organic, because they have all those grooves and spaces that the pesticides can get stuck. And apples is a little different than it's just the surface area, but they're still one of those kind of foods that you typically will want to buy organic. So I'm gonna put these in the fridge. I'm gonna put all the fruit in the fridge. Yep. Okay, let's see this bag here. Bananas, same thing, just like all my fruit, I will keep some of it on the counter. I will keep about half on the counter, and I will chop up the other half and freeze them for smoothies. Like I said, this was a big meal prep for one person, but this is just getting going for the week. So tomatoes, I find that sliced tomatoes can be a great side if you don't have a carb left over, or you just need some to add a vegetable to your meal because you're struggling to get your veggies in for the day. Tomatoes are great for that. And then, even though they're a little bit pricier, I mean, this whole thing was like $5. And honestly, I'll be able to just pop these out and put them over salad whenever I want. So for me, it's worth it, because I would rather spend $5 on this than potentially want to go pick up something from somewhere because I didn't have my house properly stocked with food. So this is one of those kind of foods that you can just pop out and eat whenever you're ready. And then the last thing here is another root vegetable. So again, another bag of onions. These will last me a couple months easily. I like to have a couple different kinds of onions because like I'll use these for my bean salad, but maybe the white onions I would roast. I'm gonna go ahead and put mine. So some of the last things that I buy that are like a little, well, first of all, eggs. Always make sure you buy omega-3 eggs. The more omega-3 fats you can get in your diet, the better. They help with so many things, inflammation, your heart, all those kind of things. So omega-6s aren't as good as omega-3s. So if you can find products that are enriched with omega-3s, buy them. And then another thing I like to always have around is just kind of like tasty that prevents me from getting something sweet are my vitamin water zeros. And they don't have a lot of nasty stuff in them. They have a ton of vitamins. So I had strawberry lemon, pineapple coconut, and then this one is an orange flavor that I kind of use in the morning to like orange juice. I find I always need some pasta sauce. For whatever reason, for my muscle meatloaf or whatever, like a quick little pasta meal late at night, because pasta is one of those things you always have in your cabinet. So I just always have pasta sauce around for a quick meal if I have to. And that's it for my Kroger run for today. And now I'm gonna actually kind of like prep this stuff. Oh, sorry, last thing. Sparkling water. Necessary, you know, just sometimes you have cravings and you need some shit to help you out. So, but be mindful, it will bloat you out and it'll make you retain water if you drink too many of them. So don't go ham on them. Like, they're just a little there for better than a beer, you know. But now I'm gonna like prep and chop and actually make some food. So I will make a meal tonight and show you all, and then I'll probably take a photo of like all my chopped up veggies later and post it on the IG so you can see that I do what I say I'm gonna do, because credibility is important to me. Cheers.